Hey there, Bobcat fans. Al Weston here. It's time for another Freshman Friday. Going to cheat a little bit this week, as not technically a freshman. In year number 2 is our guest, Sebastian Nunez. Sebastian, how are you, sir?
I'm good, Al. How about you?
Awesome. Thank you for being with us. All right, so technically a sophomore, but eligibility-wise, you are a freshman. You got that year back for the when the coronavirus hit. The NCAA gave everybody in the spring sports another year of eligibility. So that's how I'm, spinning the rules here a little bit and getting a freshman Friday out of it. Plus that combined with there are no true freshmen on the men's tennis roster. So we'll talk to Sebastian instead. All right, so you're back home and things have finished up here for finals week. Do you have any finals left?
Yeah, I still have a few online finals and final projects I got to finish up, but thankfully I'm able to do all those over video or on the computer. So I was able to come
Gotcha.
back home.
Gotcha. So big break coming up, and so you won't be back here till probably about mid-January or so. I think that's when things kick back up. So I hope you enjoy your long layoff there. Okay, so tell me, where is home? What was your high school and that kind of stuff?
So I live in Buford, Georgia, and then for most of my high school, I went to Collins Hill High School, and then did my last semester online, Gwinnett Online Campus. So that's technically where I graduated from. And yeah, so about
Okay.
2 hours from Milledgeville.
Did that get you some dual enrollment credit type stuff with doing the Gwinnett College? Okay.
Yeah, I did a few dual enrollments, and it was just all online for the last semester, so it was flexible for tennis too. So that was another aspect of it.
Outstanding. Outstanding. So did you technically play tennis then for Collins Hill in that last year?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so what's your major for you here at Georgia College?
So I'm currently majoring in business marketing. So I'm on track to do that, and then hopefully grad school after. Especially with the year of Corona, since I can play an extra year, I hope to
Yeah.
stay and get a head start on my grad program of marketing.
Any idea? Okay, so you're thinking marketing maybe for that master's as well?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully, I can do something like sports marketing or something in the world of that. So
Well,
that's what I like doing.
as an aside, I have an internship in my office that gets school credit, so we can talk about it
Perfect.
maybe after we're done on this interview. See if
After the Zoom interview.
I always like the free labor, and I know you student athletes work hard, so maybe I'll take advantage of that once we do get back to marketing things. So thinking maybe sports marketing. Tell me a little bit. I know you got a unique situation with your father also being a Georgia College alum.
Yeah, so that's how I originally heard about the school. My dad played here in the late '80s and early '90s. He also played tennis, so he and my uncle actually both came and played here. So
Oh, what's your
we're
uncle's name?
Pablo Nunez.
Gotcha. Okay, awesome. And
So
your name as well.
sorry,
What was your father's name?
Francisco.
Okay, so we got Francisco and Pablo. Did they happen to play at the same time?
Yeah, they played here at the same time actually. So it was a cool experience for them. And
Did they
then
get to do it? Were they a doubles team, perhaps?
they played a couple matches in doubles. We have a few photos around the house.
Okay.
So my
I got
grandma loves those
in
photos.
80s. We're looking at probably still wooden rackets there, or were they into the polycarbonate stuff like now?
I
Or
think that they had just transitioned, but I think when they were younger, like 14, 15, they started out with wooden rackets. So it's a lot different than what we use today.
yeah, yeah, a little bit more speed to the game nowadays, I think. But
Yeah.
yeah, so you got that unique experience of knowing a little bit about the campus from your father, and then what do you reach out to Coach Barsby? Does he reach out to you? How'd the recruiting process go?
Yeah. So usually for tennis, I with my academy coach, I sent out just about 20 or 30 emails to schools of interest, but Georgia College was definitely at the top of my list. Just proximity to home and how good the school was academically and how nice the campus was, having visited here before. So I sent the email to Barsby, and then he responded back, and he was excited when he found out my dad had played here too. So he brought my dad and I down for a tour, and they talked about old times and where my dad used to go and play back in the day. So and we just kind of loved the campus, and everything seemed to really fit. So it it was an easy choice for me to narrow it down to Georgia College.
Outstanding. Well, unfortunately, you only get that brief spring season, and then things got shut down after a couple of matches. It wasn't a real great start for GC during that time frame, but things we got a couple of home victories, and we're starting to get into conference play. A lot of injuries, I think, had kind of contributed to that. I know we lost Matt Rogel at the top, and then everybody's kind of shuffle up, make different matchups that way. But how did you feel about how the team was gelling a little bit during that first season, and how did your fall go with some workouts and things like that?
Yeah, last season, I think we had a good team going into last season, but we lost 2 out of our top 3 guys with Matt Rogel and then Ben Venhout too, also going through some injury stuff. So, you had everybody playing up at least 1 or 2 lines. So that put us in a difficult position, but I think we were starting to improve as the season went on. And, this fall has been tricky, but I think the guys are putting in some good work in the weight room and on the tennis court. On their own time, which has been impressive to me. So, and then we have 2 new additions coming in January. So I'm really excited of where the season's going to take us.
Awesome. Well, good to hear. Obviously, we don't have a schedule yet. Might get abbreviated a bit with having to pull some of the spring sports or the fall sports into the spring. But typically tennis gets started in early February. So stay tuned to GCBobcats.com to catch Sebastian and the gang in action there. Tell me a little bit about you personally. What are you doing in your free time?
In my free time.
What little there is for a student athlete.
Yeah, what little there is free time. Gosh, I like to just take it easy. I like to read a lot. I don't know, just kind of relax and hang out with friends and spend a lot of time with my teammates and just easygoing things like that. I love to play basketball.
You much of a binge watcher? What was the last show that you busted through?
Currently now I'm going through Peaky Blinders, so that's got me hooked on Netflix.
Okay. Outstanding. Yeah, that's a good Netflix show. My wife and I were watching that. I think we got 2 seasons in. I believe they're up to like 4 now or something like that, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're up 5 or 6. So I've got some work ahead of me.
Yeah, I got to get caught up, man. All right, so take tennis out of the equation. If it didn't exist, what would you be focused in your athletic efforts on? What's your second best sport, as it were?
I played baseball and soccer in high school, but probably I would have continued with baseball throughout high school and into college, hopefully. So I really enjoyed playing that, but all 3 of those happened to be spring sports in high school, and I had to narrow it down. And tennis is a tough sport to play multiple sports and keep up with tournaments and traveling wise. So, but sure. Yeah, those are my 2 other ones.
Well, and it's a good area for it too. I mean, you can play just about year round due to the weather being so nice down here in the southeast, of course. Well, that's about our time. I just wanted to check in with you and see how things were going so far this semester, and excited to have you back. Excited to see that new season come across. Fingers crossed. Hopefully in February if things all hold up. For Sebastian Nunez, this is Al Weston signing off on another Freshman Friday.
Thank you, Al.